Wrestling with WWE NXT No Mercy. Took place last Saturday in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at the NFT War Memorial Center. This is the same center. Doesn't say anything, but yeah. Um, NXT PLE. 6 matches on the card. I'll say this, not necessarily the best PLE. Not everybody was necessarily cooking, the way that we normally see them. That's just my opinion. But I still think it was an enjoyable event in the end. Um, First match up, Javon Evans defeated Josh Briggs in 16 minutes 28 seconds. Not a bad match. Obviously Javon is a superstar at this point. He wrestled Sami Zayn the night before this. He's making a couple of regular appearances on SmackDown, so it just kind of seems like a matter of time before he makes his main roster debut. Josh Briggs, despite getting some steam as a heel, he's still Josh Briggs, and he still kind of sucks. So it's hard for me to get invested in a match where I just loathe the guy that's in it. He kind of reminds me of Baron Corbin. It's not necessarily good heat; it's go away heat. But it kind of did what it needed to do for who was in it, so I give it 3 stars. Then you have Sol Ruka defending the NXT, the WWE Women's Speed Championship in against Jada Parker in 4 minutes and 48 seconds. This was supposed to be Lainey Reed. She was not medically cleared to actually wrestle. So, WWE, NXT, Shawn Michaels, whoever put this together, making chicken salad out of chicken shit. It was, for what it was actually really good. They had, a competitive, fast-paced match in less than 5 minutes that actually told the story between Soul, Jada, Azaria, and then later on in the match, a Last Legend would come in. Literally, there were so many moving parts in such a short span of time, and yet it all worked beautifully, and Soul got the W with 10 seconds on the clock, or 12 seconds technically. This could have ended a lot worse, or they could have just scrapped the match between Soul altogether. But for what it was actually really good. I think all the moving parts worked really well. So, I will give it 4 stars. I thought it was good. Then we have a weaponized steel cage match. Jordan Grace defeated Blake Monroe in 16 minutes 12 seconds. Good match, aggressive match. Obviously, Jordan got her, comeuppance against Blake. It should be a big moment for her. They beat the crap out of each other, which was great. Monroe actually cut Jordan's hair. which kind of, when it comes to, when it comes to Jordan winning, it just kind of seems like, okay, yeah, you won the match and you got your comeuppance, but she cut your hair. She cut your hair off, and I kind of feel like that fact alone, that she got a piece of her hair, but makes Monroe more of the winner in this match than Grace, because she kind of owned her. She kind of, she may have won the match, but she took a piece of her, and that kind of cheapens Jordan's win, in my opinion. And so, while it was a good match, I don't think it did necessarily what it was supposed to do. Um, Honestly, if Grace would have cut Monroe's hair as well, I mean that would have been tick for tack. But considering she was the only one not leaving with a full set of hair, I don't know. I didn't. It makes me perceive Jordan Grace a little bit less than now because of it. Nonetheless, I give it 3.5 stars. Ethan Page defeated Tavion in the Heights to retain his North American Championship in 10 minutes 20 seconds. Honestly, just really hard to get into the match to begin with. I like Tavion, I love Ethan Page, but it was so obvious who was going to win this match. Um, it was kind of hard to focus on it, and it just kind of was what it was for 10 minutes. For two people that had 5 minutes more than Sol Ruka and Jada Parker, um, they didn't really do a lot with it, in my opinion. So I give it 2.5, and I think I'm kind of being nice with the 2.5. I mean, right person won. I don't think that it necessarily did Tavion any favors. The crowd didn't really seem into it. Um, Everything just seemed kind of off, in my opinion. Then you have the NXT Women's Championship match. JC Jane to the beat. Hey, you don't even have to move your feet. Defeated Lola Vice in 18 minutes 35 seconds. One of the best matches on the card, in my opinion. JC is such a good heel and such a good wrestler to have the match that she has. And Lola Vice is obviously just a bona fide star at this point. It's just a matter of time before she's, dressed it into, you know, actually, holding that championship. As much as I love the perfect storm scenario, in her backyard, even though Winter Park is just like, you know, not as, just as far as Fort Lauderdale from Miami. I digress. Her family was there, but if you paid attention to these, to the backstage segment, she had a run-in with Lainey Reed, and you just immediately know that Lainey is going to interfere in the match and cost her the title, which she did. It was revealed the week. Technically, it was revealed on unintentionally on WWE.com, but it was pretty obvious from what we've been seeing in the last 2 weeks. Nonetheless, JC Jane is still your champion. I'm not mad. Kind of happy the way that she won the match as well. It keeps her prominent as your beatable champion. So I thought that that was actually pretty good. So, um, Lola Rice was in the match, 4 stars. There you go. Then you have the main event, the last match. Ricky Saints defeated Obafemi in 17 minutes and 20 seconds to become the new NXT champion. This was basically Obafemi beating the shit out of Ricky Saints for 16 minutes, and then for a minute and 20 seconds, Ricky Saints kind of came out of nowhere, took the W on Femi. I did see a lot of people were actually upset about that, and I mean, I get it. It was an okay match. You know, the finish just did kind of come out of nowhere, if I'm being honest. Um, I don't know what this kind of means. I think maybe Opa might be going onto the main roster. He already said that he should be the Buckeye to finish off John Cena. If that actually happens, like, wow, like, what a way to come into WWE. I can make the argument Ricky really didn't need it. I mean, he's only been there 6 months. I mean, they could have let it breed a little bit more, but you know, I digress. North American champion and NXT champion in a 6 month span. So, I mean, good for him, but it does seem like people are turning on him slightly because of, you know, the Cody rub. So we'll see what happens with that as time progresses. Match-wise, 3.5. And the show as a whole, honestly, I mean, it was a good show, but, like, I don't necessarily see myself, like, going back to watch it again. So, I'm gonna say thumbs in the middle. It wasn't their NXT's best outing, in my opinion. Alright, that will conclude our coverage of NXT No Mercy.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.